First, I think we need that 20,000 foot overview to really understand just how fundamental this change is and how seriously these very rich and powerful people are taking it. And in order to get a better understanding of that, I guess we could turn back to the 2016 book in which Klaus Schwab and his co-author introduced this idea of the Fourth Industrial Revolution, which was, again, part of a big rollout that the World Economic Forum had at the time. You might have missed it because the WEF wasn't quite in the same driver's seat that it's in now in 2016. But if you need to get caught up on that agenda, well, you can, of course, go back to the source material, or you can take a pretty detailed summary that was posted up to Off Guardian just this past week on October 12th by Winter Oak, called Klaus Schwab and His Great Fascist Reset. And although I think there are some issues I would have with the overall framing of this argument, it does get into the specifics of what Klaus Schwab is saying and the context and what it really means. So in this article, Winter Oak writes, Schwab waxes lyrical about the 4IR, Fourth Industrial Revolution, which he insists is unlike anything humankind has experienced before. He gushes, quote, consider the unlimited possibilities of having billions of people connected by mobile devices, giving rise to unprecedented processing power, storage capabilities, and knowledge access. Or think about the staggering confluence of emerging technology breakthroughs covering wide-ranging fields such as artificial intelligence, AI, robotics, the Internet of Things, IoT, autonomous vehicles, 3D printing, nanotechnology, biotechnology, material science, energy storage, and quantum computing, to name a few. Many of these innovations are in their infancy, but they are already reaching an inflection point in their development as they build on and amplify each other in a fusion of technologies across the physical, digital, and biological worlds. He also looks forward to more online education involving the use of virtual and augmented reality to dramatically improve educational outcomes, to sensors installed in homes, clothes and accessories, cities, transport and energy networks, and to smart cities with their all-important data platforms. All things will be smart and connected to the internet, says Schwab, and this will extend to animals, as sensors wired in cattle can communicate to each other through a mobile phone network. He loves the idea of smart cell factories, which could enable the accelerated generation of vaccines and big data technologies. These, he assures us, will deliver new and innovative ways to service citizens and customers, and we will have to stop objecting to businesses profiting from harnessing and selling information about every aspect of our personal lives. Establishing trust in the data and algorithms used to make decisions will be vital, insists Schwab. Citizen concerns over privacy and establishing accountability in business and legal structures will require adjustments in thinking. At the end of the day, it is clear that all this technological excitement revolves purely around profit, or value, as Schwab prefers to term it in his 21st century corporate newspeak. Thus, blockchain technology will be fantastic and provoke an explosion in tradable assets, as all kinds of value exchange can be hosted on the blockchain. Blockchain, Bitcoin, same thing, right? The use of distributed ledger technology, adds Schwab, could be the driving force behind massive flows of value in digital products and services, providing secure digital identities that can make new markets accessible to anyone connected to the internet. In general, the interest of the 4IR for the ruling business elite is that it will create entirely new sources of value and give rise to ecosystems of value creation that are impossible to imagine with a mindset stuck in the third industrial revolution. The technologies of the 4IR, rolled out via 5G, pose unprecedented threats to our freedom, as Schwab concedes. The tools of the Fourth Industrial Revolution enable new forms of surveillance and other means of control that run counter to healthy open societies. But this does not stop him presenting them in a positive light, as when he declares that public crime is likely to decrease due to the convergence of sensors, cameras, AI, and facial recognition software. He describes with some relish how these technologies can intrude into the hitherto private space of our minds, reading our thoughts, and influencing our behavior. Schwab predicts, As capabilities in this area improve, the temptation for law enforcement agencies and courts to use technologies to determine the likelihood of criminal activity, assess guilt, or even possibly retrieve memories directly from people's brains will increase. Even crossing a national border might one day involve a detailed brain scan to assess an individual's security risk. There are times when the WEF chief gets carried away by his passion for a sci-fi future in which long-distance human space travel and nuclear fusion are commonplace, and in which the next trending business model might involve someone trading access to his or her thoughts for the time-saving option of typing a social media post by thought alone. Talk of space tourism under the title The Fourth Industrial Revolution and the Final Frontier is almost funny, as is his suggestion that a world full of drones offers a world full of possibilities. But the further the reader progresses into the world depicted in Schwab's books, the less of a laughing matter it all seems. The truth is that this highly influential figure, at the center of the new global order currently being established, is an out-and-out transhumanist who dreams of an end to natural, healthy human life and community. Schwab repeats this message time and time again, as if to be sure we have been duly warned. The mind-boggling innovations triggered by the Fourth Industrial Revolution, from biotechnology to AI, are redefining what it means to be human. The future will challenge our understanding of what it means to be human from both a biological and a social standpoint. Already, advances in neurotechnologies and biotechnologies are forcing us to question what it means to be human. Just in case you didn't get it. Anyway, that's the end of the quote. I would encourage you to go read through that full article, and if you can stomach it, start going through Klaus Schwab's previous writings about the Fourth Industrial Revolution, including his book on the subject. But I think you're starting to get the sense. In case you missed it, this is about changing humanity at the core of what it means to be human. So as you can imagine, the knock-on effects from this are not just manifold, it's everything about who we are, our society, the way it's structured, the way we interact with other people in every respect is being altered forever on the basis of this great reset that is being actively and openly conspired on by some of the richest and most influential people on the planet. But don't worry, they will have no shortage of feel-good buzzword catchphrases about environmental responsibility and sustainability and equality and inclusion and all of the other catchphrases that we've been taught, to clap like trained seals when we hear them without thinking for one moment what they are actually talking about here. Oh yeah, international travel, you'll probably have to have brain scans to determine if you're a security threat risk, but whatever. Anyway, moving right along. It'll be so great because you'll be able to post things to social media via your thoughts. But then again, what if you have a censored thought that the social media won't allow you to post? Maybe you'll get a visit from the thought police. Literally talking about things that have always been portrayed as sci-fi dystopian madness is being actively promoted out in the open now. No attempt to hide this. This is not some sort of dingy, dark corner of a rumor about some sort of global conspiracy. Here it is, in black and white. And anyone who is not paying attention to this and not taking it seriously is ultimately not on the field of battle in terms of the ultimate battle for the future of the human species. I cannot stress enough how important this is.